Hey everybody, welcome back to another yoga class with Alex. If you hadn't noticed already, I am in a chair today. Chair yoga is another great way to do some stretches and work on mobility. If you have trouble getting down on the floor, maybe you're rehabbing from an injury, or you just want to try yoga for the first time, yoga in a chair is a great way to do that. I'm gonna start off by taking off my shoes here. Shoes are always optional in any yoga practice. You can leave them on or take them off. When you take your shoes off, you get a little bit more foot engagement and maybe can just stretch a little bit deeper through those ankles and those feet. Let's start off by maybe lifting up the toes and dropping them. Lift them up and down. Once more. This time I'm gonna come up to my tiptoes, onto my calves and come down. Tiptoe, down, and last one. Continuing to wake those ankles up, wake the feet up. Let's put those feet forward just a little bit. Imagine your feet are pins, and I wanna write my alphabet with my big toe. A, B, C, D. Let's see if we can get all the letters here. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, if you have any injuries, you can let your hands dangle by your sides. We're gonna start to go side to side, kind of like we drop something in between the couch and we're searching through those couch cushions. Maybe go a little lower. Writing your alphabet with your feet or your ankles is a great way to strengthen those ankles if you've injured them or just have weak ankles. Maybe reaching a little farther now that we're getting used to the movement, maybe touching the ground, maybe not. We can add that opposite hand in here. So as you reach down, you can lift that other hand up and reach it over to the other side. And if you feel like you're gonna fall, you can hold on to the side of your chair while you stretch here. Also option to just dangle that hand and release to neutral hands, right? We're gonna go ahead and interlock your fingers and press your palms forward. Go ahead and drop your chin, really round through the back and slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Now, a lot of my yogis that first start yoga are shallow breathers. So they take a little breath in and a little breath out. We wanna work on big belly breaths here. So as you inhale through your nose, let your whole belly fill up and stretch, maybe looking up to the sky. And as you exhale, push all the air out of your belly, rounding your back. Go ahead and tuck your chin. Inhale, big belly, look up to the sky. Exhale, little belly, tuck the chin. One more, big belly, look up. And exhale, little belly, look down. Very good. Right? We're gonna do a chair split. So I'm just gonna take my hands and I'm gonna walk my legs apart. You can take your elbows, your palms, press your hands in and really lean forward to get a deep stretch to those inner thighs. Now, if this is your first time doing chair yoga, you can hold. If you've done yoga a little bit and you want to try to strengthen your hip flexors a little bit, as you exhale, I want you to push your knees in, use your elbows or your hands to hold them apart. As you exhale, flex your knees in and relax. Exhale, squeeze those knees and relax. Last one, squeeze and relax. Your hip flexors are the inside of your hips. Your hip extensors come along the outside. So we're gonna do something similar. I want you to open your knees and push in with your palms as we exhale. Relax. Exhale, relax. Last one, push those knees apart and relax. We're gonna walk those knees in. We're gonna work our cores a little bit next. Now you can actually get some great exercises in a chair by scooting back in your chair. I'm gonna turn sideways so you guys can see what I mean. So we're gonna scoot back in our chair and I'm gonna practice lifting one leg and the other. Now this looks silly, but it's actually a really challenging movement. If it feels too easy, maybe try to lift both legs at the same time and down. The higher you lift your legs, the more you're gonna work your core here. You can also extend your palms to the sky in what we in yoga call receiving to make it even harder. Go ahead and try double legs up and hold, okay? Now, this is our boat pose, seated in a chair. Try to get those legs parallel to the ground. Ooh, it's really tough. If you can't do both legs, you can do a single leg hold here. 3, 2, 1, release. Other leg. Up. 3, 2, 1, release. Oh, lean back. Catch your breath. Maybe reach your hands over your head. Lean back into the chair. And exhale, fall forward. We're gonna hug our legs. You can come underneath. You can reach for the floor. Whatever feels comfortable for you. We're slowly gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. Next move we're gonna do for our core strength is our seated bicycle. So we're gonna grab onto our bicycle handles here. We're gonna get comfy in our bike, lift our legs, and I'm gonna pedal. Now this again looks like it wouldn't be that hard, but it takes an incredible amount of core strength. The bigger you pedal, the harder. The smaller, the easier. Breathe. If you need to take a break, take a break. We're gonna try to pause and reverse. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Rest once more. That's enough core work for today. Maybe a challenge this week while we're watching TV or just sitting, not doing nothing in particular, maybe playing on the phones. Let's try to do a little chair yoga and strengthen that core a bit, right? Another great move we can do is we can check our blind spots just like we were in a car. We're gonna inhale, twist to look over our right shoulder. As you exhale, I'm gonna wring out the spine like it's a wet rag full of dirty dishwater. Twist out the spine, getting out all that old blood. And inhale, relax, last one, twist. And we're gently gonna go over to the other side. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna look over our shoulders as we twist. Inhale, relax. Exhale, twist. 2 more like that. And last one. Release the neutral. All right, next we're gonna stretch out those anterior delts. You can take your left hand, lean forward. You're gonna dive the hand in between the back of the chair and your upper back, lean back. You should immediately feel a stretch in this left delt. You can lean back, look up to the sky to take it deeper. For 3 deep breaths in and out. Again. Last one. Release. If you're right-handed like me, this other side's gonna be a lot tighter. Arm out and out. Exhale, dive it behind your back, in between your back and the chair, and lean back so your hand comes in between the chair and your back. You should immediately feel a nice stretch in this anterior delt. You can stay here, inhale, or exhale, look up to the sky, lean back. And release. Beautiful. Go ahead and interlock your fingers like we did at the beginning of class. And this time I'm going to take it up above the head, bending my elbows, looking up to the sky. Breathe. 2 more. Inhale, interlock your fingers. Exhale, extend your hands up to the sky. And I want you to go side to side here, loosening up your shoulders, the core. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna swan dive down. You can hug your legs. You can reach for the floor. You can just kind of dangle, swaying from side to side, waking up the back. Now, you might not be this far down. You might be up here. We still want to sway from side to side and wake up those back muscles as we breathe. Now, another move that everyone gets more difficult for is standing from the seat. So as we get older, it gets more difficult to stand without assistance. So we're going to try 3 seated stands without using my hands. So what I mean is hands here, hands by my sides, get those feet underneath you nice and firm. If you're short, you need to scoot forward in the chair, that's okay. We're gonna take a deep breath out and stand, drive through your heels. Good, as you inhale, we're gonna slowly control yourself down. If you fall, that's okay, but I wanna try to barely sit and stand as I exhale. Nice and controlled. Now, like I said, if you need to use your hands to come down or get up, that's okay. Use them as little as you can. So if you need to push through, do so, but try to avoid using your hands there at the end. Beautiful. I'm gonna turn sideways, but I want you guys to come behind your chairs. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me. Right? I just want you to come 90 degrees to the back of your chair. And I know I stood up kind of fast, so take your time, come around to the back of your chair. And we're gonna drop the hips back. Inhale, forward, and exhale back. And if you've seen yoga or done yoga before, this is almost like an inverted down dog. So I'm not coming all the way down, but I'm still working the back of my legs as I inhale forward and exhale back. Good. Slowly walk it back. I want my chest over my hips, and I'm going to bend my knees and ankles for a supported chair. Now, if you want to let go of your chair and do the chair pose without the chair, feel free. If you want to hold on to the chair and see how low you can sink with flat feet, you should feel a nice stretch through your calves and ankles here. Slowly roll it up. Last one, I'm going to turn backwards just so you guys can see. I want you to stand behind the chair with wide legs. We're going to bend one knee and the opposite knee. Back and forth to get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to bend both knees to come into our sumo squat. Hold on to the chair if you need to. We're going to come as low as we can and hold. Hold. Slowly straighten and roll it up. Turn it out. Now I do want to say, while we're getting ready to finish up our class, sometimes when you do yoga for the first time, it can feel a little embarrassing, doing new movements and things that we're not used to, but sometimes medicine doesn't taste very good, and doing things that are good for you can be hard, but as we practice, we keep coming back to our yoga and trying new things. Hopefully it gets a little bit easier for us as we continue to move forward in our yoga journeys. Now, if you've never done yoga, most practices end with a little mindfulness and meditation. This is just a way for your body to cool down, your heart to slow down, and your brain to occasionally turn off for a few seconds of the day to enjoy a little relaxation. I recommend that if you want to dim the lights or get a blanket, maybe throw some pants on. Sometimes you can get a little cold in deep relaxation. I'm going to set the mood. I'll dim my lights real quick while you guys do the same if you'd like to. So we're just gonna dim the lights, maybe cut the blinds, and come back to our chair, getting ready to finish up our practice. Getting nice and comfy in our chair, maybe throwing that blanket on, shifting in our chair, lean back. I end my yoga practice with full body tension and release. When we squeeze all the muscles in our body and then force them to relax, sometimes we can also convince the mind to relax for just a few crucial moments to enjoy our meditation. So feel free to keep your eyes open or closed as you listen to the sound of my voice. Take a deep breath in. We're going to squeeze our feet. Squeeze the calves. Tighten your thighs. Flex your glutes and your hips. Squeeze your belly. Your back and shoulders tighten. Squeeze your chest. Tighten your arm muscles. Squeeze your fists and forearms. Jaw clenches tight. Fists clenched. Toes curled. Whole body tight as we take a deep breath in. Feel the tension as we inhale. Accept it. And as you exhale, let it go. Exhale, relax the feet. Relax the ankles. The thighs and back of the legs are all soft as we relax into our chair. Feel your hips open as we exhale. Stomach muscles soften on your next breath out. Feel your love handles relax. Your low, mid, and upper back soften into the chair. Shoulders are open. Chest is soft. Arms like limp noodles by our sides. Palms are open. Fingers soft. Hands in our laps, or you can dangle them, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, relax your jaw. Gently close the mouth. Relax the tongue, the neck, the face. Whole body relaxes as we breathe. Inhale and exhale. Again, letting your body, your brain, your inner self all be still as we breathe. Our mantra, the word of the day as we finish our practice, is strength. In yoga, we practice flexibility, balance, and strength. Feeling stronger in our bodies, stronger in our minds, and stronger in our spirits after our yoga practice today. As we take a deep breath in, we'll exhale, start to wiggle our fingers and toes. Feel those bits of movement drawing us back in, reminding us we are alive and well today. And in the yoga tradition, we'll end class with a big breath in, full of strength, full of hope, full of goodness. Exhaling, pulling all those things in the heart center, and we can bow. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for chair yoga today, guys. Hopefully we're feeling nice and strong, and I'll see you next time.